Isn't it awesome to have a talking dog with you? What happens if all the animals can talk to humans? Isn't that a revolutionary thing? We hope you knew about the consequences of what happens if animals can talk in the previous video. If you didn't watch the video, don't worry, link is in the description. If animals have the ability to talk to humans, what language do they speak? Is it English because it's an international language, or is it something else? Here comes another question. Can they really speak a language? I mean, can all animals speak a single language, or should we learn a different language for a different animal to talk with them? We'll tell you what we know. Just don't forget to stay with us till the end. The only species on Earth that can use a language are humans. We possess some specific abilities that enables us to use a language. Children possess the linguistic capability to talk in their 3rd year after birth. There are some interesting reasons behind this. To use a language, one must possess some skills called disjunctive syllogism and normativity. If you know that a ball is in one of these 2 cups, and after some time you were said that the ball is not in cup 1, you come to conclusion that the ball will definitely be in cup 2. This is called disjunctive syllogism. According to an article published in Journal of Comparative Psychology in 2001, scientists conducted a study on 4 to 6-year-old children and dogs. They concluded that there is as yet no compelling evidence of successful logical reasoning using disjunctive syllogism in animals. This is evident enough to say that animals don't have disjunctive syllogism, which is sad. Another major characteristic of a language is normativity. It is the ability to know that there are right and wrong usages of a word or a phrase. If you are new to a language and use the phrase in the wrong situation, someone will tell you that it is wrong. You try not to repeat the phrase again in the wrong situation. You will feel bad if you use it. That's the feeling of being incorrect. The problem is, animals don't have that feeling of being incorrect. With a great training, an animal can learn to communicate some things using sign language. But the point is, the animal might use the sign the way we intended to use it, but it might not mean the same thing. The animal itself can't understand that it has used the sign incorrectly. Humans and animals are similar in many ways, like animals also enjoy, suffer, be angry or afraid. These are the main reasons that we love them. But beyond those feelings, animals become different from humans. Fundamentally, these logical abilities are so important for a language. Sadly, for now, animals can't possess a language like us. At Durham University, a group of scientists concluded that Rocky, an 8-year-old orangutan, was able to control its voice to make vowel sounds. One of the scientists concluded that the ability of humans to produce sounds is thought to be granted as an evolutionary aspect. Orangutans are the mammals which are closely related to us. So there are chances of talking apes due to this research. Now let's think outside the box. Talking is just a way to communicate with others. What we want is, an animal should be able to convey its thoughts to humans. So let's think of other methods of communication that animals use to convey their thoughts. In 1588, João dos Santos reported the great communication skills of a bird called greater honey-guide. In the country of Mozambique in southern Africa, these honey-guide birds help people to locate bees' nests. They harvest the honey for themselves, and the birds get the bee wax. This is an amazing business deal. The interesting thing is, those people and the honey-guide birds have some specific sounds to communicate between themselves. These honey hunting collaborations have been used for centuries. Scientifically, birds have the capability to make sounds just like humans. A familiar example of this ability is the African grey parrot Alex. This famous parrot can communicate with humans in a great way. This parrot has the ability to name things, and it can even ask questions.
Alright, Einstein, are you excited? Woo! Alright, right. I just gotta clear her throat. Can you tell them your name?
Einstein.
Yes, Einstein. Say hi. Can you say hi?
Hello.
That's nice. That'd be polite.
That's sweetheart.
That's much better. Okay, let's start off with some animal sounds first.
But we could find no second example with this much of success in the history of speaking animals. Another interesting way of communication is among honeybees. Carl von Frisch, an ethologist and a Nobel laureate, showed that bees can communicate the direction and distance they flew for food to other bees. The worker honeybees with age over 21 days are called foraging bees. These foraging bees perform a circle dance when the food is closer to the beehive.
The waggle dance isn't just for show. This bee has found a good source of food, and she's performing a set of very precise movements to tell the others exactly where to find it.
And it tells them the direction and the distance of the nectar.
The diameter of this dance circle denotes the distance between food and beehive. There is a complex dance mode performed by foraging bees consisting of two intersecting circles. The line joining the intersecting points makes an angle with the sun that defines the direction of food. The main objective of these type of weird communication tools of animals is just to manipulate another animal's behavior. Animal communication is never meant to share information, and that's why dialogues and conversations doesn't exist among animals. I'm so glad to say that there are some promising technologies that can make us to understand animals' feelings. With the current advancements in artificial intelligence and machine learning, scientists are trying to read animals' facial expressions and voices to understand what they are feeling. According to an article published in American Association of Advancement of Science, scientists conducted studies on sheep and found many sheep are feeling sad and they are in pain. So, computer scientists from Cambridge University used a very advanced machine learning algorithm to know if a sheep is in pain. They recorded the rotation of ears, movements of eye, and other aspects of a sheep in the form of hundreds of photos. The accuracy of this powerful algorithm is 67%. A professor from Northern Arizona University has been studying the communication among prairie dogs for over 30 years. These clever dogs can make high-pitched sounds to communicate between themselves.
A plastic coyote without any legs. It seems like an encouraging result. The prairie dogs are certainly being vocal.
They can mix those sounds and even convey the information of the cloth color of a human. That's why this professor and a computer scientist developed an algorithm that can turn these dog sounds into English language, which is really awesome. He took thousands of videos of dogs to develop the algorithm. He even founded a company called Julingua, a company with the motto of translating the body movements, facial expressions, and sounds of animals. There is another technology that can make us understand the secret lives of animals. Dr. Gregory Burns, a neuroscientist, scientifically proved that dogs see us as friends. We can analyze the psychological state of a human brain through fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging. Applying this technology to animals, there is possibility for us to understand the inner feelings of animals. With all the research going on to understand animals, some reports say in 10 years we can see a word translator for pets. Technically, that makes them talking pets. Talking animals is not completely fictional. Recent advancements in science can assure that, one way or other, we can understand animals and their feelings like never before. The drastic consequences that follow are revolutionary. Talking animals may cause instability in the somewhat stable human civilization, or maybe humans and animals live together. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. Let's hope the change that comes is good for both humans and animals. Without any of us, Earth won't be Earth. Thanks for watching.